Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cricket Wicket, and today we'll be recapping the three playoff matches and we'll be previewing the final between CSK and KKR. The first match was qualifier 1 between Delhi and Chennai, which went to the last over where CSK won the match by 4 wickets with 2 balls to spare. Delhi would go to the game as favourites because Chennai had lost their last 3 games coming to this match, but their name is only Kings. So King would always come victorious. Now you're supposed to say, what a line, Ryan. But it was a pretty good one, right? CSK won the toss and chose to bowl first. They had no changes while Delhi got Tom Curran, the bowling all-rounder, for Ripal Patel, and they could do so because they were only playing with 3 overseas players before. Delhi had a blaster of a start. How do I know? Because I calculated, When I saw 4 fours hit in an over, I know they're doing good. But Josh Hazelwood, he never gave up. He got hit for a 4 and next ball he didn't change the field, bowled the same ball and got a wicket. And that was the difference between him and Deepak Chahar that night. After getting hit for a 4, Chahar changed the field and his length, only to get hit for another boundary. Anyways, both teams tried something new. Delhi promoted Akshar Patel at 4 while CSK promoted Thakur at 4. But both plans backfired because the best number 4 is of course me. From overs 9 to 13, Delhi didn't hit a single boundary, which is what you could say the difference between both teams. But after that, Pant and Hetmeyer stayed till the 18th over, and when you let the finisher stay till the end, destruction was inevitable. Delhi scored 58 runs in the last 5 overs to end up with 172.
He might just have cleared the fielder.
Josh Hazelwood was the pick of the CSK bowlers, bowling 13 dot balls in 4 overs, picking up 2 wickets. Moving to the chase, CSK lost Du Plessis in the first over itself, but then the experience of Robin Uthappa, the youth of Gaikwad, combined and set up a 110-run partnership. Both of them got to their 50s and their strike rate was above 140. But after the second timeout, which was after the 13th over, Tom Curran picked up 2 wickets, Uthappa and Thakur. The next over, Naidu got run out. Suddenly, CSK were 121 for 4 in 15 overs. Moeen Ali and Gaikwad stayed till the 18th over, getting CSK to 149 for 4. But many people will remember this game because of Dhoni. Dhoni is back. Last over, 13 runs needed, Moeen Ali out on the first ball, and then Dhoni 4 wide and 4 to win the match for CSK by 4 wickets and lead CSK to their 9th IPL final. CSK's coach Stephen Fleming also said, when a captain gets a look in his eye and said, I'll go, I ain't holding him back. And many people praised Dhoni for that. Even Virat Kohli tweeted about it, so did Harsha Bhogle and many more people. Going into the eliminator where one team gets eliminated, which in this case was RCB, as KKR won by 4 wickets. And me and Baba Bala are taking a break now. RCB won the toss and chose to bat first, which many experts were surprised with, as the stats pointed that a team chasing in Sharjah generally wins. Both teams went unchanged, but RCB seemed to prove the chasing theory wrong at first, as they got off to a brilliant start. They started slow in the first over and a half, but Mavi's no ball changed the momentum to RCB. It looked like this was the last year's Sharjah wicket, which had plenty of runs aboard. RCB were 49 without loss in the first 5 overs. But after Padikkal's wicket, it was like they were batting on this year's Sharjah wicket, which was very slow. The next 5 overs, RCB didn't hit a single boundary and got only 21 runs. And the middle overs has been an area of concern for RCB, as other than Maxwell, no one seems to pick up the gears. The wicket looked tough to bat on, but not a single 6 was hit in RCB's inning. The spin trio of Varun Chakravarti, Shakib Al Hasan, and especially Sunil Narayan bamboozled RCB's batsmen. Sunil Narayan picked up his best T20 figures, 4 for 21, picking up the wickets of Kohli, Bharat, Maxwell and Villiers. The last 5 overs, RCB got only 30 runs, and I was really disappointed with RCB. You get 50 runs in the first 5 overs and 88 in the next 15? Come on! KKR spinners conceded only 65 runs in 12 overs, and RCB needed to fight back strongly to win this match. But KKR had an aggressive approach in the power play, getting 48 runs for the loss of just 1 wicket, as they knew that the wicket would be tough in the latter stage of the innings. RCB fought back, picking up wickets, and they were in the game until Sunil Narayan changed the game with a bat too. He became the first batsman in IPL to hit 3 sixes of his first 3 balls. And that's where the game changed. Furthermore, RCB were sloppy in the field. Dropped 2 catches which you practice in the practice sessions, and one of that catch dropped costed Harshal Patel the record of taking the most wickets in an IPL season, which Dwayne Bravo achieved, getting 32 wickets. He ended up tying with Bravo, getting 32 wickets, the most by an Indian and by an uncapped bowler, but he could have easily got 33 wickets. However, it was a brilliant season from Harshal Patel. For 5-6 years, he was in and out of a side, getting barely 1-2 games per season, but to win 32 wickets in a season is impressive. Going back to the match, Siraj picked up 2 wickets in the 18th over, and even though he has not picked many wickets this season, his economy is less than 7, 6.78 to be precise, which is amazing. KKR then needed 12 of 12. George Garton conceded only 5 runs in the 19th over to give Dan Christian 7 runs to defend. But Shakib on the very first ball scooped the ball for a 4. And then they just took 3 straight singles and KKR won the match, exactly how CSK won their match against Delhi by 4 wickets with 2 balls to spare. I literally cried for 10-15 minutes because this was RCB's best season after 2016, and to lose in the eliminator just like last season was really disappointing. It was a poor performance from Dan Christian, but he and his pregnant wife were abused by fans, which was really shocking because of his performance. Dan Christian had a message to say that I didn't have a great game tonight, but that's sport, which is true, so people, please show some respect to him. The second qualifier was between KKR and Delhi. KKR had no changes while Delhi got Stoinis for Tom Curran, which gave them the additional batting. The pitch was very slow and Delhi's batters, including the Gabbar, struggled. Dhawan scored 36 of 39. Stoinis, who was promoted to number 3, scored 18 of 23. And Shreyas Iyer, who ended up not out, scored 30 of 27 balls. And all KKR bowlers' economy was under 7. All batsmen don't seem to figure out how to play Chakravarti. He is just brilliant and consistent. Delhi ended up at 135 runs, and when KKR came out to bat, this showed that this was not a 135 pitch. KKR openers were cruising, scoring 92 runs in 12 overs without losing a wicket, with Venkatesh Iyer scoring his 3rd IPL 50. But then Delhi stretched out a lost match to the very last over, which was an impressive fight back because KKR needed 13 runs, listen carefully, of 4 overs. In the 17th over, 2 runs, 1 wicket. Delhi took a deep breath. 18th over, 1 run, 1 wicket. Delhi starts believing. 19th over, 3 runs, 1 wicket. Delhi asked the question, can we do this? Last over, Ashwin to bowl. First ball, single. Second ball, dot. Third ball, wicket. Fourth ball, wicket. Ashwin on a hat-trick, and this was the second instance only in the IPL that there were 4 consecutive ducks in an IPL batting lineup. The last time it happened was 10 years ago. Anyways, 5th ball, Rahul Tripathi finished it off in style to secure KKR's place in the final. Delhi would be disappointed ending the first in the league stage and knocked out by KKR. Well, at least they should be proud that they fought back a dead game and gave all they got. But KKR, hello, what a turnaround for them. The first leg of IPL 2021, 2 wins in 7 games. And the second leg, 7 wins in 9 games. Amazing. Anyways, let's preview the final. CSK wouldn't want to tinker much with their lineup, while for KKR, they might want to think about adding a fast bowler instead of a spinner, as this match is in Dubai, which supports pacers more than spinners. So if Russell is not fit, they might think about adding Ben Cutting, who's an amazing hard-hitting batsman and can bowl 2-3 overs for Shakib. I expect CSK to win because their batting depth and bowling depth is a lot. Yeah. So let's see what happens. I'll keep you updated. Tata and adios.